Breach is a movie about an FBI agent who has been spying for the Russians, and it's based on the true story of Robert Hansen. In the movie, Eric O'Neill is a wannabe FBI agent who is assigned to the case, and he has to work as Hansen's clerk to try and catch him in the act of spying. This movie is a thriller that's very realistic, and I thought that it made the movie seem very truthful in how it portrayed all the events. It's kind of like the found footage films like Paranormal Activity, where the movie it makes everything seem like it's actually happening because it looks very realistic and like very authentic. There isn't really any CGI or any other effects like that. It's basically just all about, this movie is like pretty much all about the characters, and there's very not really a whole lot of action. The thriller stuff is more about like what could happen. The casting in this movie I thought was very good. If you look at pictures on the blog of Chris Cooper as Robert Hansen and an actual picture of Robert Hansen, I think that the resemblance is very good, and he, even in some of the scenes, which I'll talk about later, the portrayal that he has is of the character is very, very lifelike. And Eric O'Neill, who actually worked on a consultant as the form on the film, even said like very similar things to what I'm saying right now. He thinks that Chris Cooper did a very good job of portraying Robert Hansen in the movie. He has Hansen has this, he said, like a very like creepy vibe to him, and he's very stern and kind of like the old man veteran agent, and Cooper is like the perfect guy for that role. Ryan Phillip is also a very good actor to play Eric O'Neill, and this is because the film was trying to make it seem like he was very young and naive, and Phillip is a very young actor, and his naivety was definitely shown in parts of the film. And he was still kind of like, he could be an agent still, and I thought that it was very, he could definitely he could play the character very well, and Eric O'Neill also thinks that he did a great job of playing himself in the film. The plot of the movie I thought was very accurate for the true story, figuratively. Well, not figuratively, just pretty accurate. They did change a couple things to make it seem more interesting. One change that I really liked is how they made Eric O'Neill not know that Hansen was a trailer in the very beginning of the movie. When he was assigned to the case, he thought he was just being investigated for like being a pervert, but he found out later he was a trailer. And in the time that he still thought he was being investigated for being a pervert, Hansen still, you'll be able to like know Hansen more as a character and kind of like his first life. Hansen in real life and in the movie has a couple of different lives. He's the family man, the church man, the agent, and then he's a spy. And we really got to see how he was a family man, a church man, and an agent in the first half of the movie before that he found out he was a spy. And in this time we also, like Eric in the movie, I think that the viewers come to respect Hansen as a person before we learn that he's a traitor. However, we do know already from the movie that Hansen was a traitor because this is a real event, and it's also even kind of revealed that plot twist there in the trailer of the movie. So it wasn't really a surprise. So it's always kind of hanging in the back of your mind that this guy's actually way worse than he seems to be. So the Palm Pilot scene in the movie I thought was definitely the climax to the whole investigation in real life, because that's what really gave them, the FBI, the evidence that Hansen was going to make an next drop so they could catch him there. However, I thought it was kind of like a pre-climax to the actual movie. In the movie, the actual climax was when Hansen and O'Neill were in the forest, and that night, it's implied that Hansen got very drunk and he basically started shooting at Eric O'Neill and started calling him out on whether or not he could trust him. And while this seemed like a climax in the movie, I think the most tension in the movie was actually in this scene, because when Eric forgets which pocket he put the Palm Pilot in, it seemed like it was very, very intense, and you could basically feel like how it actually was in real life. And the real Eric O'Neill definitely agrees how this scene in the movie definitely captures that feeling. Another scene that I really like to call, like really, really like in this movie is the arrest scene for Hansen, and it's because there's a video of the actual arrest of Hansen in the movie. I mean Hansen in real life, and it looks very similar to what actually happened. And I think this portrayal, how like they made it very accurate. I mean, even like the way that Cooper was walking in the movie was very similar to how Hansen was actually walking in the real life video. Overall, I think that people who like spy movies are really gonna like this movie, and it's definitely one of my favorite thriller movies out there.